Hi, and welcome back. The Korean War was one of the bloodiest and most devastating wars of the 20th century. It changed the course of history, setting the stage for larger Cold War tensions and helped shape modern East Asia. The war is oft overlooked in popular media and culture, but has been featured in some great films that capture its unique horror, heroism, and ultimately its tragic futility. Number 10. Arrow, the ultimate weapon. Two children of Nam Yi and Jae-in, King In-jo's captors, are saved by means of their father Choi Pyong-ryung, an officer of King Gwang-hae and an accomplished archer. He sends his own children to find a place of refuge with his best friend Kim Moo-seon. Upon their arrival, Jae-in begs her brother to return to their father, but their father is dead before Nam Yi can see him. Nam Yi, although bitten by the guard dogs, kills them and escapes with Jae-in. Nam Yi is the only family Jae-in has. 13 years later, Nam Yi is now a skilled archer and hunter. He learns from Moo-seon's son Seo-gun that he and Jae-in plan to get married with approval from Moo-seon, who is also Jae-in's godfather. During this wedding, Nam Yi is up in the tallest mountains hunting deer. He hears the rumble of the enemy force. Nam Yi then returns to the village and finds his stepfather slaughtered and his sister taken away. Nam Yi then decides to focus on finding the enemy king army and taking out their troops with his bow. Arrow, the ultimate weapon, has a 7.1 rating in IMDb and a 78% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 9. My Way. After arising as bitter rivals and enemies as young marathon runners, Korean native Kim Jun-sik and Japanese aristocrat Tatsuo Hasegawa, both of whom were national beginning athletes, fight along Chinese and Soviet soldiers amidst a bloody battle. Jun-sik is forced into service. Tatsuo is a strong colonel. The mutual hatred and mistrust that started after both were taken captive by the Soviets boil into a physical violence that can only be stemmed by the continued horror of the war. Forced to fight along with the communists, both are ultimately forced to work together to stay alive, reaching Germany where they are in turn split up and hopelessly forced to fight the Nazis. They have a second meeting at Normandy Beach, both unlikely survivors bonded together by history as they struggle to survive the next unfortunate encounter as the Allies arrive on D-Day. My Way has a 7.6 rating in IMDb. Number 8. Northern Limit Line. In June 2002, South Korea is caught up in a frenzied sports atmosphere as it competes against Turkey for third place in the 2002 FIFA World Cup. Meanwhile, the North Korean Navy deploys two of its patrol boats toward the Northern Limit Line, a disputed maritime border between Yeonpyeong Island and the Northern Limit Line. After carrying out its regular activities, South Korean patrol boat 357 suddenly finds itself in a surprise attack. Northern Limit Line has a 6.5 rating in IMDb and a 71% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 7. The Great Battle. Emperor Lee of 645 leads the invasion of the Kingdom of Goguryeo into Ansi, one of the 5 traditional ancient kingdoms of Korea. Emperor Lai's forces emerge victorious after another, and the Tang army advances on their border with General Yang, the king of the fortress, who has lost the protection of his people. Yang decides to rally the remaining soldiers but has no choice but to retreat. The Great Battle has a 7.0 rating in IMDb and a 83% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 6. The Admiral. Roaring Currents. The film mainly follows the infamous 1597 Battle of Myeongryang, the first to the door in the Japanese invasion of Korea, where Yae Sun-sin, the famed Joseon admiral, destroyed a total of 31 of 133 Japanese warships, with only 13 ships remaining in his command. The battle that happened in the Myeonggrang Strait off the southwest coast of the Korean peninsula is considered to be one of the greatest victories of, The Admiral. Roaring Currents has a 7.1 rating in IMDb and a 79% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
전군 출정하라.
Number 5. Taeguk Gai, The Brotherhood of War. Shoe shiner Jin-hae Lee and his 18-year-old brother, Jin Seok Lee, form a poor but happy family with their mom, Jin-tae's fiancé Young Shin Kim, and her sisters. Jin-tae and his mother are strong, hard-working people who sacrifice themselves financially to support Jin Seok. When North Korea makes a surprise attack in the south, the Song family flee to a relative's home in the country, but their travels take them through Jin Seok's conscription into the army, and when Jin-tae enlists, the two become like brothers. A commander promises that Jin-tae will receive an award if he can guard a young comrade, and Jin-tae becomes the bravest member of the company as a result. Among two begetting brothers, the relationship between Jin Seok and his older brother deteriorated into something tragic and disastrous. Taeguk Gai. The Brotherhood of War has a 8.0 rating in IMDb and a 93% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Dong-gun, Won-bin, Eun-ju.
Number 4. Ode to My Father. Ode to My Father narrates the experiences of Deok-soo, a pretty standard person who possesses unparalleled courage in the face of demanding circumstances. His father and mother stay tenaciously together through some of the most notable historical moments in recent times. As a child, after his father had to leave in the middle of a North Korean escape amid the Korean War, Deok-soo had to say farewell. His last words to his father were that he would always protect the family. As he matures, this promise leads him to the coal mines of 1960s Germany, and even into the jungle of the Vietnam War. My Father Ode to My Father is a heartwarming story of an epic ordinary man who has austere self-denial for the welfare of his family. Situated in the maelstrom of modern history flooding Korea, echoes of tumultuous events throughout the world echo in this story, which is a tribute to an extremely resilient family. Ode to My Father has a 7.8 rating in IMDb and an 85% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. 71. Into the Fire. The story of the 71 service members who were forced to fight against a crew of North Korean soldiers on August 11, 1950, during the Korean War, is astonishing. Jo Gap was a university student who confessed to a crime. During his period of incarceration, he went to war as a soldier. 71. Into the Fire has a 7.3 rating in IMDb. Number 2. The Battleship Island. The island of Hashima, off the coast of Japan, is a popular coal mining site at the end of the Allied occupation of the Pacific. Around 400 Korean men are conscripted to work in the harsh mines. Tensions run high between the Japanese soldiers in charge of the situation, with plenty of horrifying punishments, and the Koreans from all walks of life who'd been duped or forced to go there. Then, just as quickly as the island's secrets are divulged, the inhabitants of South Korea plot a risky evacuation. The Battleship Island has a 7.1 rating in IMDb and 80% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. If you want to watch series like Island, The Glory, or The Fabulous, but they are not available in your country due to geographical restrictions, you are in luck. NordVPN can help you with this problem right now. NordVPN is offering a mega discount plus 4 free months with the exclusive link that is in the description. If you want to access thousands of series from all over the world on your favorite streaming platforms like Netflix, Prime Video, or Hulu, NordVPN is the perfect solution, and you will surely be satisfied. And if you are not, they offer you 30 days to make a return, and you will get all your money back. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 1. Swing kids. From the early 1950s up to and including the Korean War, Chinese and North Korean prisoners of war were brought to a camp on Jeoje Island in South Korea. The prisoner of war camp itself was extremely unkind toward the prisoners. Kim Jong-un was a young North Korean military leader held at the Jeoje POW camp. At the same time, Sergeant Jackson is ordered by a superior officer to put together a tap dancing team from the POW camp. He holds an audition in the camp and uses Chinese prisoner Xiao Feng, South Korean Kang Byung-sam, who is falsely accused of being a communist sympathizer, and civilian Yang Pan-rae, who wants to support her family, as its participants. Sergeant Jackson also recognizes the immense talent Ro Ki-soo has for dance. Soon, the Swing Kids are forming, but will they achieve their dream of becoming an artist? Swing Kids has a 7.5 rating in IMDb and a 97% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Do you like this video? Check others' videos here and subscribe to be notified about our most recent videos. See you next time. Goodbye.